In part 1, we met Saheb, the Lord of the Universe who owned nothing. A ragpicker boy from Dhaka living in the slums of Simapuri. He searched garbage for gold. Society made him hollow promises, and when he finally got a job, he lost his freedom. The bag was his. The canister belongs to someone else. Saheb is no longer his own master. Now in part 2, we meet Mukesh, a boy who refuses to accept his destiny. In a town where no one dares to dream, he says, "I will be a motor mechanic." If you haven't watched part 1, the link is in the description. Go watch it first. Now let's begin Mukesh's story, and then we'll cover the complete board exam preparation for this chapter. I'm your Dilly teacher. Let's go. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Scene 7. Mukesh, I want to drive a car. The second story introduces Mukesh, a boy from Firozabad famous for its glass bangles. Every other family here makes bangles. It is the center of India's glass-blowing industry. But Mukesh is different. He insists on being his own master. He announces, "I will be a motor mechanic." When the author asks if he knows anything about cars, he answers confidently, looking straight into her eyes, "I will learn to drive a car." But the author observes, his dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets that fill his town, Firozabad. A mirage, something you can see but never reach. His dream seems impossible given his circumstances, but the fact that he dares to dream at all makes him different from everyone around him. Literary device. Simile dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust. Scene 8. The glass furnaces. In Firozabad, 20,000 children work illegally in glass furnaces. They work in dingy cells, dark, airless, lightless. Temperatures are dangerously high. Their eyes, more adjusted to darkness than light, often lose their brightness. Many go blind before adulthood. The law, if enforced, could rescue all these children, but nobody enforces it. In dark hutments, next to flickering oil lamps, sit boys and girls with their parents, welding pieces of colored glass into circles of bangles. Among them is Savita, a young girl in a drab pink dress, soldering glass pieces. Her hands move mechanically like the tongs of a machine. She doesn't know the sanctity of the bangles she makes. Bangles symbolize an Indian woman's suhag, auspiciousness in marriage. One day, when she herself becomes a bride, she will understand. Literary device. Simile. Hands move mechanically like the tongs of a machine. Board exam alert. Questions about hazards of the glass bangle industry are asked almost every year. Scene 9. Mukesh's home and family. The author walks with Mukesh through stinking lanes choked with garbage, past hovels with crumbling walls, wobbly doors. No windows, families of humans and animals coexisting in a primeval state. Mukesh's home is a half-built shack. His sister-in-law, a frail young woman, cooks the evening meal on a firewood stove, smiling through eyes filled with smoke. When Mukesh's father enters, she withdraws behind the wall and veils her face as custom demands. His father is an impoverished bangle maker. Despite years of hard labor, first as a tailor, then a bangle maker, he has failed to renovate the house or send his sons to school. All he has managed is to teach them the art of making bangles. Mukesh's grandmother says, "It is his karam, his destiny. Can a God-given lineage ever be broken?" She watched her own husband go blind from polishing glass. Key quote, "Can a God-given lineage ever be broken?" This represents the fatalistic mindset that traps entire generations. Scene 10. The bangles, beauty and misery. Born in the caste of bangle makers, they have seen nothing but bangles in every house, every yard, every street. Spirals of bangles, sunny gold, paddy green, royal blue, pink, purple, every color born out of the 7 colors of the rainbow. Lie in mounds, piled on handcarts, pushed by young men through narrow lanes. An old woman, who still has bangles on her wrist but no light in her eyes, says, "Ek waksar bar khana." Bina hin khaya, she has not enjoyed even one full meal in her entire lifetime. Her husband, an old man with a flowing beard, says, "I know nothing except bangles. All I have done is make a house for the family to live in." The author reflects, has he achieved what many have failed in their lifetime? He has a roof over his head. The cry of poverty rings in every home. The young men echo the lament of their elders. Little has moved with time, it seems, in Firozabad. Years of mind-numbing toil have killed all initiative and the ability to dream. Board exam alert. This extract, "She still has bangles on her wrist but no light in her eyes," is a frequently asked passage. Scene 11. The vicious circle, why they can't escape. Why can't they organize themselves into a cooperative? The young men answer, even if we get organized, we are the ones who will be hauled up by the police, beaten and dragged to jail. There is no leader among them. The author sees two distinct worlds. World 1. The family caught in a web of poverty, burdened by the stigma of caste. World 2. The sahukars, middlemen, policemen, bureaucrats, and politicians who have together imposed the baggage on the child that he cannot put down. Before he is aware, he accepts it as naturally as his father. To do anything else would mean to dare, and daring is not part of his growing up. Scene 12. Mukesh dares to dream, but Mukesh dares. I want to be a motor mechanic, he repeats. He will go to a garage and learn. The garage is far from his home. I will walk, he insists. The author asks, do you also dream of flying a plane? Mukesh falls suddenly silent. No, he says, staring at the ground. Why? Because few airplanes fly over Firozabad. You can only dream of what you've seen. Mukesh has seen cars, so he dreams of cars. He hasn't seen planes, so he can't dream of flying one. His dreams are realistic, but limited, shaped by the small world he has known. Yet even this small dream to be a mechanic is a revolutionary act in a community where nobody dares to dream at all. Character sketches. Mukesh, boy from a family of bangle makers in Firozabad, dreams of becoming a motor mechanic. Confident, determined, looking straight into my eyes. Willing to walk long distances to learn at a garage. Cannot dream of flying a plane. Limited by his world. Represents children who dare to dream despite poverty. The only character who shows flash of daring. Mukesh's grandmother represents the fatalistic mindset. It is his karam, his destiny. Watched her husband go blind from bangle polishing. Believes God-given lineage can never be broken. Symbolizes the older generation's acceptance of exploitation. Savita, young girl soldering glass bangles. Hands move mechanically like a machine. Doesn't know the sanctity of the bangles she makes. One day she will become a bride and understand. Represents innocence, lost to child labor. The old woman with bangles but no light. Still has bangles on her wrist but no light in her eyes. Has not enjoyed even one full meal in her entire life. Represents a lifetime of exploitation and suffering. Section. Themes. 1. Poverty and survival. Grinding poverty forces children into ragpicking and bangle making. Food is more important than identity. Survival is the only goal. 2. Child labor. 20,000 children work illegally in glass furnaces of Firozabad. They lose their eyesight, health, and childhood. The law exists but is never enforced. 3. Stolen childhood, lost spring. The spring of childhood innocence, play, education, dreams is stolen by poverty and exploitation. Both Saheb and Mukesh have lost their spring. 4. Loss of freedom versus security. Saheb's transition from ragpicker to tea stall worker, gains money but loses freedom. The plastic bag versus steel canister contrast. 5. Caste, tradition, and fatalism. The bangle makers are trapped by God-given lineage, the belief that destiny cannot be changed. Tradition becomes a prison. 6. The vicious circle of exploitation. Sahukars, middlemen, police, politicians, and bureaucrats form a web that keeps the poor trapped. No escape, no leader, no hope. 7. Hollow promises of society. The author's own empty promise represents how society treats the poor. Sympathy without action, words without follow-through. 8. Daring to dream. Mukesh is the only one who dares. His dream is small, a motor mechanic, but in his world, even a small dream is revolutionary. Class. All the symbolic elements and literary devices are given in the description box. Lost Spring teaches us that every child deserves a childhood, the right to play, to dream, to go to school. Poverty steals that spring. Tradition chains it. Society ignores it. Saheb lost his freedom for survival. Mukesh dared to dream in a world that told him not to. The question is, will we keep making hollow promises, or will we actually change something? But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Dilly Teacher. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a video. Drop a comment which character touched your heart more, Saheb or Mukesh.